So we've discussed it among ourselves, and weighting in the time, the distance, and the safety, we've decided this round belongs to Furman. So congratulations, guys. Well done. And Grady is coming in just a close second. It was a tough, I was actually pulling for you guys because I like the speed and the decisiveness with which you did it. But in the end, we had to give it to Furman. You guys did a great job of calling out safety and letting people know every step of the way what you were doing, which was great. Roswell Flight Test Crew, here to continue with the 2014 AUVSI Drone Prize.
Next, the invasive species competition.
All right, let's go see what they're doing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for round 2. And as you recall from your briefing document, this is the invasive species hunt. Our intrepid science team has said this may or may not in some way resemble the invasive species. So you're looking for something that looks vaguely like this. We don't know for sure what color, what size, but it's going to look broadly like that. Now, if you turn around and look behind you, you see several trees, and particularly you see a sort of brown one with a little green at the tips, and then immediately beyond it, another tree with some rocks at its base. According to our best estimates, if you sort of fly that vector, you're likely to encounter the invasive species. So we want to send a report as to the number, the size, the distribution, etc., etc.
Well, John and I talked a little more about the plan before the second exercise and wanted to fly a little higher, hoping that would give us time to respond if the craft dropped. But it dropped just as fast and just as much out of control as the first time.
She's actually in the throttle a bit more aggressive than she has to.
So we didn't see any invasive species, and then we hit the ground and flipped over again.
Oh! No.
I did not put it down.
Crash. 228. Halfway through the time.
So going into the second exercise, the invasive species one, we had talked beforehand and we really focused on keeping things sharp.
I didn't have the best depth perception as to how far we were from trees and rocks and from the ground at that point. How close am I to the really green tree?
You're heading right, your heading is good, so just straight forward.
Keep going forward?
Keep going forward.
Okay.
It was pretty difficult looking around, trying to just focus all my attention on finding anything in the terrain. When we started moving back, I kind of glimpsed a blob out of the corner of my eye, and that was really our best guess at what the species was in that case.
I kind of booked it back once we had 30 seconds, and I got a little bit lucky. As it started to get a little bit overhead, I realized just how fast it was actually coming back. Correcting roll the wrong way.
10 seconds.
I wanted to drop it as fast as possible without breaking the thing. And I think I just timed it right with pulling up at the last second with the throttle and touching down softly. How close was that?
4 seconds.
Oh, lordy.
Very nice landing.
Thank you.
When I took off, the drone was straight above my head. The wind blew it back. At the moment, I was thinking pretty bad words. When we weren't finding any invasive species, it was really difficult for me because I was worried personally about how the results would be effective.
We're looking around for these invasive species and there's nothing. It doesn't seem too invasive to me.
Okay, now I think you're going to want to move. Just change your headings.
30 seconds.
Gabriel's landing like, come on, go faster. But the thing is, we're practicing with this AR drone. We've been doing it for months. So there's a land button. You go to where there's open ground, you hit land, and you watch it land. And I realized that, he has to manually send it down, and it's really scary. We don't want to crash it. We don't want to run over time. I think we barely made it in between those two.
I think the one word that was going through my head was clutch, so yeah.
1.5 seconds.
The two teams that actually got out into the search area, I found it interesting. They both either assumed or just went as far as they could before they actually started doing any
looking.
searching.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have had some type of search
Like a pattern
plan
of some
ahead
kind
of
or-
time where you'd start here and work your way out and do some zigzagging back and forth. Neither team really seemed to do that.
Essentially what they did is went out and established an arc. They went as far as they could and then sort of
Back and forth.
flew around, you know, a little bit in that location. But yeah, no doubt they could have made better use of their time. Or also they could have put on more altitude to give the camera,
Yeah,
let
more
the camera see
view.
more
Yeah,
ground.
exactly.
That's certainly what we found works in past searches.